Right now, you are blind. Not metaphorically, not poetically. There is a hole in your vision, a real one, a patch of pure nothing sitting in each of your eyes at this very moment. You are looking through it as you read these words. It is there when you watch a sunset, when you look into someone's face, when you drive down the highway at 70 miles an hour. A blank spot, large enough to swallow your own hand held at arm's length, and you have never once noticed it. But the real answer is far stranger than a hole in your eye. The fact that you cannot find this blank spot, that your vision feels complete and seamless and whole, is not because the hole is small or unimportant. It is because your brain is lying to you constantly, beautifully. It is filling that hole with invented information, painting over the gap with its best guess, and presenting you with a finished picture you have mistaken your entire life for reality. And once you understand how it does this, you will realize that almost nothing you see is actually there. Let's start with the hole itself. Where does it come from? Look at the back of your own eye, and you will find a dense carpet of light detecting cells. Millions of them, lining the inside of the eyeball like film in a camera, catching every photon and turning it into a signal your brain can read. This layer is called the retina. But there is a problem. All those cells need a way to send their signals to the brain. They need a cable. And that cable, the optic nerve, has to pass through the retina to exit the back of the eye, like a drain pipe punch straight through a movie screen. Right where that nerve passes through, there are no light detecting cells at all. None. It is a literal gap in the screen. Anything whose image falls on that spot simply isn't recorded. It vanishes. Scientists have a name for it, the blind spot, and every single human eye has one. You can prove it to yourself in about 10 seconds. Close your right eye. With your left eye, stare at something small directly in front of you, a dot, a letter, the corner of a window. Now hold up your thumb at arm's length and slowly move it out to the left, while keeping your gaze locked forward. At a certain point, somewhere around 15 degrees out, the tip of your thumb will disappear. Completely. Not blurry, not faint, gone. You have just found the hole. It was there the whole time. So here's the obvious question. If there's a permanent blank spot in each eye, why does the world look perfectly continuous? Why isn't there a black dot floating in your vision at all times? The easy answer is that you have two eyes, and they cover for each other. The blind spot of one eye falls on a part of the world the other eye can see. And that's true. But it's not the real explanation, because the illusion holds even when you close one eye. Cover one eye right now. The world doesn't suddenly develop a hole. It stays whole, seamless, complete. So the second eye cannot be the whole story. The real explanation is far more unsettling. Your brain is making it up. When information falls into the blind spot, your brain does not leave a gap. It does not show you a black hole and politely admit it has no data. Instead, it looks at the area surrounding the blind spot, the colors, the textures, the patterns, and it fills the hole in with more of the same. If you're looking at a brick wall, it paints in more bricks. If you're looking at a field of grass, it paints in more grass. It fabricates the missing piece so convincingly that you cannot tell invented vision from real vision. The technical term for this is filling in, and it is one of the most studied phenomena in visual neuroscience. Researchers like Vilayanur Ramachandran have run elegant experiments on this. He showed people patterns with a gap positioned right over their blind spot and asked what they saw. Again and again, people reported seeing a complete, continuous pattern with no gap at all. Their brains had seamlessly stitched the hole shut using the surrounding information. They were quite literally seeing something that was not there. Now stop and think about what this means. Some of what you are looking at right now is not coming from your eyes. It is being generated by your brain and inserted into your experience so smoothly that it is indistinguishable from the real thing. And here is where it gets much, much bigger than a single blind spot. Because filling in is not a special trick your brain reserves for that one little gap. It is what your brain is doing everywhere, all the time. Consider this. You feel like you see the whole world in front of you in sharp, vivid, colorful detail, edge to edge. But you don't. The truth is that only a tiny region at the very center of your vision is sharp. This region, called the fovea, is about the size of your thumbnail at arm's length. Everything outside that little zone is dramatically blurrier and far less colorful than you believe. Hold your gaze on one word on this page and try to read the words just a few lines above or below without moving your eyes. You can't. They're a smear. Your high-definition world is a tiny spotlight surrounded by fog. So why does the world look uniformly crisp and detailed everywhere you turn? Because your eyes are darting around constantly, several times a second, in rapid movements called saccades, pointing that tiny sharp spotlight at whatever you care about. And your brain takes those little snapshots and weaves them into the illusion of a single stable, fully detailed scene. You are never actually seeing the whole picture at once. You are seeing a construction, assembled from fragments, patched with memory and prediction, and presented to you as seamless reality. There's more. Every time your eyes make one of those rapid jumps, your vision should smear into a useless blur, the way a photo does if you whip the camera sideways. But you never see that blur. Why? Because your brain switches your vision off during the movement, a phenomenon called saccadic masking, and then quietly stitches the before and after together. You are going blind, briefly, dozens of times a minute, and your brain edits it out so cleanly you have no memory of the darkness. You can even watch this happen. Look in a mirror and glance from one of your own eyes to the other, back and forth. You will never catch your eyes moving. The motion is invisible to you, erased in real time. So let's add it all up. You have a permanent hole in each eye that you cannot see. The vast majority of your visual field is blurry and colorless, though it feels razor sharp. Your eyes blank out completely several times a second, and you never notice. And the gaps in all of it are filled constantly with your brain's best guess about what should be there. What you experience as vision, that rich, stable, seamless, high-definition world, is not a window. It is a painting your brain produces in real time using a surprisingly small amount of actual incoming light and an enormous amount of assumption, memory, and prediction. The neuroscientist David Eagleman has put it starkly. You are not seeing reality. You are seeing the model of reality your brain has built. The outside world provides a thin trickle of data, and your brain does the overwhelming majority of the work, constructing a detailed, convincing scene, and then showing it to the only audience that matters, you. This is the deep strangeness hiding inside that little blind spot. It isn't an exception to how vision works. It is the clearest possible demonstration of the rule. Your brain has always been filling in what isn't there. The blind spot just makes it impossible to deny. So the next time you look around a room and feel certain you are simply seeing what is in front of you, pause. Remember the hole you cannot find. Remember the fog at the edges. Remember the darkness you never witness, dozens of times a minute. And remember that the smooth, complete, beautiful world in front of you is, to a degree you can barely imagine, a story your brain is telling you. You opened your eyes this morning and assumed you were looking at the world. You weren't. You never have been. You have been looking at the most convincing painting ever made, hung in a gallery with one visitor, painted fresh every waking second by an artist who has never once let you see the blank canvas underneath. And the most remarkable part is not that the painting has holes in it, it's that you, the only one who could ever notice, were designed never to look.